So first off, thank you all for coming out tonight. I know that we were kind of iffy on how many people to expect, so there's a lot of food. Feel free to take some right now or walk away with some. Fair enough, because it's going to go bad. Anyways, thank you all for coming tonight. For the incoming students, congratulations on being accepted into the program and for joining us next fall. And for the current students, hopefully there's going to be positions available that fit your needs going into the next semester. As kind of an introduction, well, first, I guess meet the president. So I'm Matt Blair. I grew up mostly in Indiana. My parents lived in Warsaw, Indiana, so now that's pretty much where I call home. I got my undergrad BS in finance and accounting in '09, and I've actually been in the program for 2 years, finishing up my 4th semester because I was gone for a semester and considered an internship. And I'll be graduating this May, going into consulting at MSIS Consulting. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the name, but. And Jared.
Okay. Hello everyone. My name is Jared Crusoe from Gary, Indiana. I got my undergrad from the great Purdue University in Electrical Engineering Technology. Finished that here in 5 weeks, and I'll be working at Wise University starting June.
Hello everyone, I'm Ramya Subramanian. I'm originally from India, southern part of India called Chennai. And I did my undergrads in electrical and electronics engineering in India and started my master's here in fall '09. And I'll be joining the advisory practice of Ernst & Young.
Hey everyone, I'm Joe Castor from Dyer, Indiana. My undergraduate was here at Kelly in information process management and operations management, unlike what it says up there. That's fine. In my master's right now, finishing up in May, and then I'll be in IT consulting with Diamond or now PwC.
So now that you know the presidents, give you a little bit more background on the organizations that we have to offer. So first off, the MSIS program offers a couple of different types of experiences, but they mostly stay on the academic side. So team dynamics, academic excellence, recruiting accommodations, and service management are some of the courses that you'll be taking next year. And recently what we tried to do with the organizations is silo them to fit some of those pieces of the experience to decrease the redundancy. So if you take a look, MSIS today is more about the sharing aspect, so like the sharing of experiences, the social aspect of the program. So as we'll go into in a minute in a little bit more detail, what types of activities would this particular organization, MSIS, would have planned for you. AIS is more about the learning aspect of the MSIS program, so they'll be offering opportunities for you to write white papers, participate in case competitions, run case competitions, as well as bringing in guest speakers from different industries to help share some of their experiences to help you plan your own careers. Women in Technology, Women in Technology is mostly geared towards women and the rising role of women in business and trying to help you get a step up through some networking opportunities that are going to be available for you next year, through many guest speakers, opportunities for community service with some of the organizations around town. And ITSMF is more about the, I guess, extension of learning. So if any of you are familiar with service management like ITIL, it's some of the concepts that you would be applying if you're going into consulting or advisory, and Joel will be able to talk a little bit more about that towards the end. But the thing about ITSMF is that it costs an extra fee, so it's kind of what we call it the extension part. But there's definitely rationale behind that, making it a very worthwhile organization to join. So to just kind of, well, I guess I mostly hit on this slide already. But the 4 different organizations, there's the mission statements, and if you want to take a look at some of the activities that each one have to offer, that's just reiterating what I just explained. You'll be hearing more about it in a moment, so I won't stay on the slide for long. First, the MSIS Association. It's really, like I mentioned before, about the sharing experiences, the social aspects. The ISGP office doesn't really put on any social events outside of all the graduation ceremonies, like towards outside of the official events, and so that's where the MSIS Association picks up. One of the things that we specialize in is the social activities, providing community service for everybody in the program, and professional and alumni networking by alumni coming back, wanting to participate with people in the program through activities as pictured here, like we had laser tag a few weeks ago, there's our bar crawl, paintballing, volunteering with Habitat for Humanity, and the white picture on the side is actually our orientation week cookout where a whole lot of people came out for grilling out and volleyball. And the last picture is tailgating. Can't forget tailgating. We always have a tailgate going on every weekend that there's a home football game, which is great. Some of the activities we participate in, so going towards the volunteering aspect, and then also going out to Nick's English Hut, so some networking opportunities after guest speakers come in and speak, so you can get a chance to go hang out with them. And like I said, paintball, tailgates. Oh, intramural sports. We offer intramural teams for most of the sports offered through the SRSC. And like imaging, cookouts. So most specifically, what you're likely interested in is the opportunities that we would have awaiting you next fall. Interestingly enough, many of our organizations, as you'll see in a moment, have most of their officers graduating this May. What this means is it's going to be an opportunity for you to exercise your creativity as you're joining your organizations, because we're looking towards kind of a new future where each of us have siloed each one of our expertises within the program. That's where we came up with the branding of share and extend and excel and learn, to try to segregate each one of those into silos so we don't overlap as much. So the positions we have available, as I mentioned before, you can find them online at the application, which you'll be receiving more information about shortly. And feel free to ask some of us that are sitting around. We can answer some of your questions towards the end. I think we have community service, special projects, and professional development, which is actually going towards it tonight. But with that said, pass it on to AIS.
All right, thanks, Matt. Okay, so AIS is somewhat of a new organization, but it's really not. It actually was established here last May, and due to some circumstances, it kind of was in a lull. But now, this semester, we're trying to get things pushed through, get recognition, and actually provide some more content that can actually extend the things that you're learning in class. So our focus is to bring more recognition to the MSIS program, both locally and globally. AIS is actually a national organization, and last year, about this time, they decided to start creating college chapters. So we were one of the first chapters that kind of jumped on board, and as a part of that, we sent in a report as a compilation of different activities that were done throughout MSIS, and we actually won the award of, I think it was College Chapter of the Year, right? Yeah, College Chapter of the Year. So, and also about this organization is that it can work both with grads and undergrads, so it's not really confined to saying only grad students can be in this organization. So it's really meant to reach out across the board. Some of the companies that we have connections with through AIS are Microsoft, IBM, and SAP. There are thousands and thousands more benefits of AIS. We're going to start taking over the speaker series components. I'm not sure if many of you know about that, but traditionally MSISA had the speaker series, and they focus on professional development. So going forward, we're going to start focusing more on those events, and that way there's a clear distinction of what each organization has to offer, so everyone can kind of be involved in everything that's going on and not just kind of going to just one organization's events. As Matt mentioned, we're also going to start doing the case competitions. There's opportunities to go to national conferences to present white papers and other information or new findings that we find here throughout the program. And there's also a resume repository that's, it's helpful. Yes, we do have one through GCS, but at the same time, this can be another avenue if you're looking for, say, a position with Microsoft, and Microsoft may not be hiring specifically with the program at this time. And there's also global connections. So with AIS, you're connected with not only college chapters around the world, but also other professors and people working in the industry as well. So right now, according to this, there's only one position that's available, and that's professional development. And the reason for it is that AIS has a deadline in which we had to actually submit a new board, and that deadline is this Friday, so we're going through the process of wrapping up that part of the process. So the professional development position is still open, and we're interested in seeing if people are willing to fill that position. That's going to really focus on developing the case competitions, or at least developing a committee for the case competitions and the professional development speaker series events. So If you have any questions about MSIS, feel free to ask me or Randy, who's the vice president right now. If you have any questions. So that said, I'm going to hand it off to Rami.
So a little bit about women in technology. I'll just give you a background about when it was created. The organization was established in early 2010, and since its inception, we've had a steady progress. And in this past year, we've kind of branched out into various events that could benefit the students, which revolves around personal development, professional development, and also giving back to the community. So I'll just tell you about a few events that we've had in the past year, which we have good relations with Deloitte and PricewaterhouseCoopers in Southwest. And we've had a few speakers come up and talk to our students about what kind of things go on with women in the industry, how do they really step up, how do they balance their work and life, and what can they really add to the information technology industry. So it has really benefited a lot of women students within the organization, and we've also had men from the MSIS program really support us and be actively involved with all these events. So talking about what our plan is for this year, we're really trying to focus on a personal development, try to create events which will help students really step up and kind of transform, because we really think that this program is a big transformation for most students, and then when you come out of the program, you really evolve as a new person, and we'd really like to assist you with that. And also speaker series and professional development events also create networking opportunities for all of you. So with potential employers, and you can just have great connections with the industry. Apart from that, we also have community service events, which we've had events in the past with middle way school, where we just go to students and teach them or help them with like dressing them up, giving them clothes, and kind of just adding value to those students. So these are the three key areas, and our goal for this year is primarily to kind of build partnerships with some of the organizations. We've already initiated that. We're talking to Deloitte and Lee Johnson. So a lot of organizations have a women association within them, and we're trying to partner with them to see if we can have any collaborative events so that you get to hear what's really happening in the industry. And apart from that, as an opportunity for all of you to step up, another initiative is that whenever we create any events, we'd really like to form groups within y'all so that y'all can get together and take leadership of that event. So this organization really is looking to help you step up and take up leadership opportunities. So with that, I'd like to say that these are the positions available. And another thing is that since it's a really new organization, I think there's a lot of opportunity for you to be creative and shape the direction of this organization. And since most of us are graduating in May, you have almost every position available. And for any questions about the organization or positions, feel free to contact me. Or we have Shannon and Janelle, who are the two vice presidents. So with that, I'll pass it to you.